Presidents need to know when to throw people overboard. They need to know that the code of ethics that guides you in personal relationship, that's not the same code of ethics that will serve you, your administration, or, and here's the key point, the country when you're president. I'll give an example to summarize this, then I'll stop and ask you if you have questions. If you want to ask me what this says, for example, about the current political race, I'll let you ask. But
Planning a question?
pardon me?
Planting a question?
No, not necessarily. But the point here is that sometimes presidents have to rise above their personal codes of ethics. And the best illustration, I think, of this would be the fact that for an individual, pacifism, the principled turning of the other cheek when someone does you wrong, that can be a very high-minded and laudable approach to interpersonal relations. And for those people who carry it to the point of, if someone comes at me with a gun, I will not resist. And I would rather die than inflict violence on somebody else. If you want to follow that code of ethics in your private life, you're more than welcome to, and I might praise you for doing it. But if that's your belief, you have no business running for President of the United States. Because as President of the United States, your responsibility is more than to yourself. And here's where I'm really going to make a point that I hope is provocative. It's more than to your own conscience. You should not always listen to your own conscience, because you have a responsibility for 300 million people. And nobody made you take this job. Nobody made you run for president. But if you're going to do it, you have to accept the responsibility that comes with the job. And Reinhold Niebuhr, probably the most noted theologian of his generation, who wrote a lot about public policy and foreign policy during the 1930s, 40s, and early 50s, pointed out that what's necessary for the leader of a great power, he's speaking specifically about a president of the United States, is the willingness to do evil. You must be prepared to do evil if you're going to take this job. You must be prepared to kill people, as in war. You must be prepared to send people to their deaths, as in our own soldiers during war. Now maybe you will gloss this over by saying this is the lesser evil, and therefore better to send those troops ashore at Normandy in 1944 if you're Franklin Roosevelt. Better that than that Adolf Hitler should control all of Europe and inflict much greater evil. Okay, you can say that it is the lesser of evil, but don't kid yourself and say that it's a good thing. Don't kid yourself and say that it's not an evil. It is an evil, and unless you're willing to do that, don't apply for the job. Now, this might be the extreme case, but there are times when what the French call raison d'etat, the reasons of state, have to take precedence over your personal conscience. Sometimes when I'm being kind of half serious, half flippant, I'll say that successful presidents have to know when and how to rise above principle. Because in a democracy, you don't get to make the decisions yourself. You have to recognize that other people have a right to their views, and success in a democracy requires the ability of pulling together enough of various people's views to get something done.